My name is Andrew Vanderlei, and I have been a member at St. Peter's since last June. My wife, Adrienne Vanderlei, has sung in the choir for a few years now, and recently we thoroughly enjoyed attending the very meaningful Mexico trip with Amore Industries. More recently, attending Paul Strand's men's Bible study on Wednesday nights, we read a verse that allowed me to share a bit about my life with the other men there. To know me is to know that I have 4 sets of grandparents and 4 parents, 2 biological and 2 adoptive. My mother, Nanetta, had me in Scottsdale, Arizona, when she was just 17. As a high school junior, and with a very, very tough decision to make, she went to an adoption and fostering agency in Phoenix called Christian Family Care. At the time, her parents, Harold and Clara, wanted her to keep the baby and continue living at home. Her Chad's parents, the father, Penny and Hugh, even offered to have her move in with them and raise me in their household. In the end, seeking advice at Christian Family Care led her to the decision of putting me up for adoption. When the time came to select a family, she was presented with a few options by her social worker, a nice woman in her 50s, by the name of Sue Vanderlei. Nanetta went through the options and chose a young couple in their late 20s who had been struggling to get pregnant for 8 years, by the name of Paul and Elizabeth Vanderlei. Throughout childhood, there were frequent visits with all biological family members. I would spend time with all the grandparents, Nanetta and Chad. Even though they had since split, they remained in good graces. My adoptive parents, Paul and Elizabeth, always explained the situation very well to me, and my biological relatives were treated as anyone would treat an aunt, uncle, or cousins. Everyone was a part of the family. 2 years later, in 1995, Paul and Elizabeth adopted my next sibling, Bryant. In 1999, they flew to South Korea to adopt my sister, Maria. And finally, in 2002, they flew back to South Korea to adopt my youngest sister, Josie. So once again, to know me is to know that I have 4 sets of grandparents, 4 parents, 3 adopted brothers and sisters, and the social worker who helped my mother choose my adoptive parents became my grandmother, Sue Vanderlei, on my father's side. The verse that stood out to me a few weeks ago at Bible study is Ephesians 1, verses 4 and 5. Even before he made the world, God loved us and chose us in Christ to be holy and without fault in his eyes. God decided in advance to adopt us into his own family by bringing us to himself through Jesus Christ. Thank you.